Yeah, today we would be talking about streamlined client onboarding, leveraging Azure OpenAI Studio for a custom company ChatGPT. So we would be leveraging Azure OpenAI to create a custom ChatGPT for our company, which you can use to share with your clients, and your clients can get any kind of details they want. Okay. Talking about me, I'm Aniket Kumar Sinha. I'm currently working as the cloud consultant at Rapid Circle. I'm 6 Microsoft certified, including Microsoft certification of DevOps Engineer Expert. I was former Gold Microsoft Non-Student Ambassador and a GDSC lead. So I am regularly speaking at conferences like All Day DevOps, Azure Developer Community, and then Hashi Talks. So you can find me anywhere in some DevOps related talks. So moving ahead, so today we would be dealing with Azure OpenAI, and today in the market, AI is the most booming technology, and collaboration between Azure and OpenAI has moved Azure to another heights. Okay, and because we are having Azure correlated with OpenAI, we are also getting much security which Azure provides for all its services. Okay, it might happen that we want to use OpenAI, but we are not sure because OpenAI seems to be a bit new company than Azure, so we might worry about security. But since Azure has been collaborated with OpenAI and we are doing everything over the Azure portal, then we get more security, which every other resources on Azure is provided. Okay, so let's go to our Azure portal and create something there. So let me just open my browser. Cool. So yeah, we are in the Azure portal. I'm just enlarging a bit. Yeah, great. So I'm in my subscription, and let me first create a resource group for this specific project. Okay, and maybe say Azure OpenAI ChatGPT. Okay, and then we would be choosing to our location. Let's choose Central India for now, and then we can proceed to create. Okay, so now our resource group has been created. Okay, and let's tap on the create button, and from the marketplace, let's choose Azure OpenAI. So we have the option here, and let's tap on create. Okay, so we are having our resource group, our subscription. Let's choose India location here. So we have option of South India right now, so we are choosing it, and let's give it a name as custom company chat GPT. Okay, and then pricing tier, we are storing a standard pricing tier. Moving to next, let's keep it as it is. We don't need ads right now, and just go to review and submit. So we have the details of our Azure OpenAI, and let's create it. Okay, so our Azure OpenAI is getting deployed. So just wait for a few seconds, and your Azure OpenAI resource would be deployed, and then you can open it. And from there, we would be going to the Azure AI Studio, where we would be creating some deployment models. So this is our Azure OpenAI resource. Okay, you can see that we have an option to go to Azure OpenAI Studio. Okay, so we would be tapping on this to move to the Azure OpenAI Studio, where we would be creating our ChatGPT. So OpenAI Studio is a new studio provided by Azure, which comprises everything related to the AI services which Azure is providing right now. Okay, so I would definitely suggest you to explore more about the Azure OpenAI Studio, because it would be giving you a lot of exposure in terms of AI and Azure. So this is the Azure OpenAI page. You can see that we have get started option to like a chat playground, assistant playground. We can also have an option of bring your own data. Okay, we can play with DALI and many more. Okay, and we would be exploring few of the resources today to create a custom chat GPT. But before that, let's move to deployments. Okay, and here we have an option of create a new deployment. Let me enlarge this also. Yeah, so we will be tapping on create a new deployment, and we would be selecting models. Okay, so you must have heard about models of the OpenAI. So like GPT-4 or GPT-4o is the latest model which provided by the OpenAI. So we can choose as per our needs. So let's just choose GPT-4 right now. Okay, so for that we need to get access of Azure OpenAI GPT-4, which I don't have right now. Let's go to GPT-3.5 Turbo. And one more important thing, that if you are first time tackling with Azure OpenAI, it may happen that you might not be having any access of that. So you need to request access for using Azure OpenAI. So whenever you would be opening your Azure portal and going to Azure OpenAI services, you will get some option where you can request that yes, I need Azure OpenAI for some work related purposes or for learning related purposes, and accordingly you will get the access maybe in 24-48 hours. Okay, and let's keep it as it is. Deployment model, we are keeping it as standard. Okay, and then we need to give it a custom name. Okay, so let's give it like deployment 01. Okay, and then let's tap on create. So we have successfully created a model or a deployment model of GPT-3.5 Turbo. Okay, let's create another model, and I will show you ahead that why we are creating this next model. We would be using this text embedding ADA002, and I would be showing you in coming future that why we are creating this model. Okay, let's give it a name as deployment 02. Okay, and then tap on create. So our two models has been created now, and then let's go to chat option. So this is a chat playground. Okay, and then here you have an option of add your data. So we would be going here and then tapping on add a source data. Okay, now what kind of source data options we have? We have Azure AI search, Azure blob storage, Azure Cosmos DB, Elasticsearch, web URL, or upload files. So you can choose from these many options. Okay, for now we are choosing URL or web address. So what we would be using, we suppose your company has a website, okay, which is having everything related to your company. So we would be using our company's website link to create a chat GPT for that. Okay, and then we have an option to select Azure AI search. Okay, let's go to create a new AI search. Let's tap on it, open it a new tab. So you must have heard about Azure Cognitive Search, right? So Azure AI Search is kind of a new name given to the Azure Cognitive Search. It is same as the Cognitive Search, but with many more features. And there is a like name replacement. The new name is Azure AI Search. Okay, let's select our resource group. Give it a name as maybe custom chat GPT AI search. Okay, let's choose India region, move to scale, leave it as it is, networking, tags, and then review and create. And then just create on it. So you can see that estimated cost per month was around 27,000. So definitely AI related services are costing a lot. So use as per your need. Otherwise, it could be incurring a lot of cost to you. So we are now at the custom search option. We have created it. Let's move back and try to refresh it. Okay, so now we have the option of custom ChatGPT AI search. Okay, and then we need to select Azure blob storage resource. So why we are needing the blob storage now? Because we are using the URL. You might be having this question that when we are using the URL, that why we need Azure blob storage. So when we would be done with creating our ChatGPT, I would be showing you the Azure blob storage, and you will understand that Azure is getting the URL and kind of web scraping the details present in the website and storing those details in the Azure Blob Storage. So ultimately, whatever option you are choosing, okay, the data would be stored in your Azure Blob Storage, and that's why you would be needing Azure Blob Storage. Okay, you maybe choose Azure AI Search, Cosmos DB, Elasticsearch, or you can upload your own files. Whatever you are choosing, the files or the data from which our AI services would be working, that would be stored in the Azure Blob Storage. Okay, so let's go to create a new blob storage. Okay, so it is opening up storage account. Tap on create. And yeah, so we have the source group. Let's say custom ChatGPT SDG. Choose our location. And let's keep it standard. Let's keep it LRS. Okay, and then move here. Let's keep it blob. And then tap on review and create. So these are the details related to our storage account, and then tap on create. So yeah, our deployment is in progress. So it sometimes takes some few seconds, as always in Azure. So yeah, it is getting deployed. Cool. So now our storage account or our blob storage has been created. Let's go to the playground here. And like right now, we don't have the access to that. Let's refresh it. And then you can see our storage blob. Okay. And then here we need to give a index name here. Okay. If you were to tapping here, you can see that enter the index name that will be used to reference the data source. A new cognitive search index with the provided name will be generated after data ingestion is complete. So you should give an index name. Let's give as custom company ChatGPT. Okay. And now we need to add the web address of your company's website. So maybe I can open my company website. Okay, so this is my company's website, and I'm taking like copying it up and pasting it here. Okay, and now you have an option of adding vector search to this resource. Okay, so I have a amazing difference kind of thing. So see, we have two kind of search options. One is vector search, another is keyword search. You can understand with the word keyword is that you would be searching with specific keywords. Suppose you are providing some kind of option uh, such as a dog. Okay, in English we say dog. Okay, so when you are searching for dog and your resource or the data is also having dog, it would be providing the detail. But suppose in any other language, dog is called something else, and you are trying to search with that other language, it will unable to find. Okay, because keyword search is only possible or is only have the access to search for the keyword that we are providing. But then in the rescue we have vector search, where we can use semantics. You can see that utilizes vector embedding to find semantically similar results based on the context and meaning. Okay, so it doesn't search for word to word. You might be having some specific sentence which is word to word, and you would be needing keyword search for that. But if you want to search something related to that sentence, okay, then vector search is needed. Okay, and for the vector search, when I am typing out the vector search, you are getting an option of select an embedding model, and you can see that we have the deployment 02 model. So that's why we created that another model which was needed to have the vector search. So nowadays vector search is there, and which is really helpful, because otherwise uh, we are not always sure that what kind of words we have used, or we might like to figure out that what we want to search out. Okay, and we want our AI model to be as intelligent as that when we are searching something similar to that. Okay, suppose we want to search to move or to visit some of the mountain places. Okay, but we have a list of mountains in our custom model created. Okay, but in place of like searching the places such as maybe Manali or Shimla, we can just search for some kind of mountain places to visit, and it would be giving the details as per required. So that's why we are having this vector search option. Let's go to next. And here we have this search type, vector, hybrid, or hybrid plus semantics. Okay. So now our Azure OpenAI services is providing more advanced level of searches. So you are having only vector search option. But if you want a hybrid option, like, okay, I want to search with the vector also, like something similar, something semantically correct, or with the keyword. Okay, and we can also have hybrid plus semantic, which is the most advanced. Okay, and if you want to learn more about the pricings of this, you can just go here and check it out. And let's we would be keeping the size as 1024, which is as default, and then moving, let's keep it as API key, and then next, and it would be moving to the review and finish stage. So we can see that now our Azure AI source named as this, we are using a web page as our data source. We are fetching, or the details of our web page or the data, we are storing it in the custom ChatGPT STG. We are having the index name as custom company ChatGPT. We are using this specific URL to create our ChatGPT. Okay, and then we are having a hybrid plus semantic search option using the deployment 0 to embedding model. Okay, now let's save and close this. You can see that it is ingesting in progress. So it is trying to look for the data in the from the website which I have provided, and accordingly it is trying to create or train the model, so that now we can use that model in our chat GPT or in our chatting option which is provided here. Okay, now when this would be completed, we can test anything related to the URL, the website which I have provided. Okay, and even if you want, you can tap on this deploy to option and you can create a new web page. Okay, or the new web app. So what you can do, maybe like this is just an example which you can do. You can get every details of your company's website or anything related to the company, add it in your model. Okay, and then create a custom chat GPT out of it, and maybe you can add a chatbot using this model to your company's website, or maybe you can create a web app and share it with your clients, because it is not always possible that you are getting onto meetings. So your clients might be having need to have some kind of information about you, your location, what type of services your company is providing. So at that time, this chat GPT model would be really helpful for that time. Okay, you can see that it is trying to process 20 files. So it has found out 20 files or created 20 files out of the URL which I have provided. Okay, and when it would be done in your storage account, you can like you would be going to your containers. You can see that we have two containers present here, and these are created automatically using the Azure OpenAI services. Okay, so like tapping on this, you can see that these many folders has been created, right? So this is just using that website and creating some kind of data which it would be using as a AI model. Okay, so now we have one, and we can see that we have index.html page. So you can understand it is somewhat web scrapped the URL which I provided. Okay, let's move here, and we can see that processing is done. Now we can maybe search like what is the company. Send. Let's see what answer does it provide. So you can see that it is providing the answer as per the web URL which I have provided, and even it has like 5 references. We can visit these HTML page and get the references. Okay, and maybe what type of services does Rapid Circle provide? So now it is again trying to answer it. So we can see that it is providing exactly from the website web URL we have provided. It is getting fetching the details from here and there from the URL which we provided and trying to provide a gist out of it. Okay. So this is how we created a chat GPT, a custom chat GPT for our company. Okay. Now you can just tap on it and tap to deploy a new web app. Okay. You can maybe give custom GPT. Okay. And you can like choose a subscription, choose a resource group, and let's choose maybe best pricing tier, choose it as free, and then deploy. Okay. Okay, it is already taken. Custom company chat GPT deploy. So you can see that it would be taking around 10 minutes, but okay, the location where was the issue. Okay, no worries. So it would be taking around 10 minutes if you want to deploy your custom web app, but I already have one, and let me just bring it up. I already deployed my custom chat GPT to a web app, and this is used or created using the similar web URL. And here also we can just check that what is RC, and it is trying to generate the answer. So maybe you can create a web app and share it with your clients to get the details which whatever they want. Okay, and this is just right now I've used one web URL. Maybe you can have a web URL with every details of your company, and maybe you can use that web URL to create your custom chat GPT and use and share that. And as I showed you that we have multiple options to create a data source. Maybe you can upload multiple files. Okay, maybe you want to create a study material for yourself. Okay, suppose you are in a college and you want to study something, you can just upload your PDFs, your chapter PDFs up to this model, and you can just ask question that yes, I want to understand about this. So you can ask question and it would be providing you the details with that PDF. So you can create your custom chat GPT with any kind of data you want, or maybe you want to store your data in the Azure storage account. You can see that this has been stored here. Ultimately, everything would be getting stored in the container or in your Azure blob storage, but you can directly push it over here and then use that storage account to create your custom chat GPT. And remember, always remember to keep the vector search on, because then it would be easily accessible to you to search anything, because this text embedding model is used for those kind of things only. So create this text embedding model whenever you are trying to create a custom chat GPT, so that it can easily provide you the access to create anything or to search for. So yeah, this was it for the demo purpose. Now you have successfully created your own custom chat GPT, and you have also created a web app out of it, which you can share with anyone. So yeah, thank you for attending this, and definitely Azure developer community is having many more such AI related services. So do go through them and learn about AI, because AI is a really bombarding technology right now, and the earliest you will be looking into AI, the good it would be for you.